Hey, I got a full hour. Please sit down, y'all.
Good afternoon. My name is Kim Ward, and I have the honor of serving as the principal of Cuthbertson High School. We are absolutely delighted to be here today. On behalf of our students, our teachers, and our staff and our school community, thank you for choosing Cuthbertson High School for this historic event, and welcome to our school. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you our superintendent, Dr. Mary Ellis.
Good afternoon. Our Honorable Governor, Mr. Pat McCrory, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I've heard great things about you.
Oh, one or two of them, I hope, are true. I would also like to welcome at this time our elected officials, Mr. Craig Horn, representing House District 68, Mr. Tommy Tucker from the Senate, Mr. Dean R. from the House, and also Mr. Mark Brody, who also represents Union County. And in addition, our elected officials from Union County, thank you very much for being here. We certainly appreciate it. And let me not be remiss in recognizing my bosses, the Board of Education. We're glad you folks are here. Governor McCrory, I want to give you just a little history, if I could, about Union County Public Schools. I've been working in this district for 35 years. Prior to that, I was a student in this district for 12 years before kindergarten. I'm that old. And we have been on a journey with digital learning in this county, and I believe we're setting a trend for the state with regards to what we're doing with our blended learning, our one-to-one laptop initiative that will be 612, and we'll have about 27,000 machines out next year in grades 6 through 12. And yeah. Because of our students and our teachers that we can do this. In addition, I believe that we have been leaders with globalization in North Carolina, innovation, look at our graduation rate and graduation. So I wanted to mention all these things. And finally, the last thing I wanted to say to you is that we believe in a concept called My Size Fits Me. We've started an academy approach. I would love for you to come back and see some of our academies. Where children can find their niche, because gone are the days where one size fits all. Given the digital learning and given the academy approach, we can hopefully make it more my size fits me. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. It's quite an honor for Union County Public Schools and for Mary Ellis personally. At this time, I would like to recognize a person whom I now call my friend, Mr. Craig Horn. Thank you so much.
What a pleasure and an honor it is to be here today. Today actually began with a book bag, one that was too darn heavy for a parent to lift. And we said, you know, there's got to be a better way of doing this. No question about it. When you think about it, well, thousands of years ago, man looked at these birds and said, you know, we can fly. And it took us thousands of years to go from watching the birds and jumping off the cliffs and inventing silly machines to the point where just over 100 years ago, a few hundred miles east of here, man did fly for the first time. Now, think about that. It took thousands of years. And in just 44 years after that day, man broke the sound barrier. Chuck Yeager broke the sound barrier. 44 years, from thousands of years to 44 years. And in less than half of that time after that, we watched a man step on the moon for the first time. And here we are today. Today, when almost every person in this place carries in their pocket, somewhere in my pocket, a gadget that has more computing power than it took a man to go to the moon and return safely to the earth. And we are beginning today to fundamentally change how we deliver education because of these gadgets and gimmicks, and, well, not so much gimmicks, these gadgets and a process of digital learning. Today, the reality is that the kids, by and large, know more about how to use these machines than the teachers. The teachers know more about how to use them than do the people teaching the teachers to be teachers. We've got to turn that upside down. That process begins today. Begins right here, as we are honored to have Governor Pat McCrory here in Union County signing the bills that will begin that voyage. This is a great day for Union County. This is a great day for the state of North Carolina. It's a great day for education. I am truly proud. I'm really proud to have played some small part with the assistance of those that sponsored the bill on both the House side and the Senate side. It's a team effort. We worked for months to develop the right language. This is going to be a series of bills. So we're going to take that step today, and we're proud to have with us Governor Pat McCrory as we begin the journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much. My staff has all these notes for me, but I don't need these notes. First of all, I want to thank your great representatives that you have representing you in Raleigh, North Carolina. All four of y'all deserve a round of applause because they made this happen. So y'all give them a round of applause. I just want to talk about a couple things because my voice is gone and I'm trying not to be rude to you. Mayor, good seeing you. Former mayor, good seeing you. The school board, great seeing you. You've been friends of mine. I was mayor of a suburb of Wesley Chapel for 14 years. It's good to be here. Y'all are exploding out here. At my State of the State speech in front of the legislature, I said the following. I said, education for everybody in North Carolina is at the tips of our fingertips. For every one of us, no matter where we are, we now have access to education. We have access to the best teachers. We have access to the best material. We have access to knowledge. We have access to skills, which we've never had before. So if any area is lacking a chemistry teacher or an algebra teacher that's not quite there, a student can get one right on this instrument. This is something your generation has that we did not have. And this is going to help the poorest of the poor, the richest of the rich in an equal manner, where we have that access at the tip of our fingertip. So from now on, education is not going to be about just bricks and mortar, which is still important. It's also going to be about access to education from throughout North Carolina, from throughout the United States, and you're absolutely right, globally. You're going to have interaction with people from Russia and China and Africa to help teach you languages, to help teach you culture, to help teach you the basics to get a job. And this bill, these two bills that are passed are going to help first the teachers, because technology is not going to replace our teachers, but it will change teaching. It'll allow teachers to facilitate the process, to process the thinking, the logic behind what kids are learning on a computer. And that role is still very, very important. So the two bills we have here today that we're going to sign is one is to help teachers and the other is to help students. Because in the very near future, you're not going to see textbooks anymore. You're not going to see book bags anymore. Because everything you'll need to know is going to be on a very small technical instrument that you can fit in your pocket. And I think in the long run, for both the principal, for the superintendent, and to the taxpayers, as you go from K through 12 and go into community college or four-year college, you're going to end up saving money because you're not going to have to buy these big expensive books anymore. And I think that'll end up saving the taxpayers money. It means we can put more money with teachers and other things. The second thing I want to briefly say is this, is that next week I'm unveiling the state budget. And as I promised in the State of the State speech, we're going to put some more money into technology. We're going to do it two ways. One is we're going to take money away from lottery administration and some of the really bad commercials you see about the lottery. You know what commercials I'm talking about. With all due respect to Ric Flair. We're going to take some of that money and put it into digital technology, especially reading tablets for elementary school. And this is going to be extremely important because my goal is to get technology in the hands of every student in North Carolina. That is our goal. And then allow the teachers to supplement that technology that's in their hands. In their hands. So you're going to hear about this in my budget next week, and I'm very, very proud of it. And we're going to continue to look for more money. There are going to be several other areas of funds that we're moving in technology and education. And I'm going to be excited to work with my House and Senate colleagues in making this happen and making North Carolina education the leader in technology as opposed to the follower of technology. So on behalf of my office, on behalf of your great principal and superintendent, great work with you. You and I were talking 2 years ago about this in vocational training and other types of things. The three of you have been great partners, and now let's sign these bills. Thank you, and may God bless you. It's great being here at Cuthbertson High School. What a beautiful, beautiful place. This is. I drove up here and I went, where did this come from? You're very, very fortunate, and I'm very, very impressed with the design, and I'm very impressed more than anything else with the talent that's going to graduate from this great high school. Thank you, and may God bless you. Mayor, great to see you.
Y'all want to come up behind me? Come on. And we love some kids down here. I'd shake all your hands, but I'd spread fever right there. By the way, right after this, am I going to Waxhaw later on?
Yes, you are.
I'm going to Waxhaw. I'm looking forward to going downtown Waxhaw.
You're almost in Waxhaw right now.
Where are we in? Welsh Chapel?
No, this is
Wesley
County,
Chapel?
actually. Yeah, this is the county, but it's all in the Waxhaw region. So,
Oh,
yeah,
listen
you're
to
good.
this.
All right. Exactly.
Governor, you're a Cavalier.
Cavalier
And
Cup.
you know what? Ms. Ward, you want to tell them where your board and those you are?
They're headed to the state championship basketball game. It is.
You're going to fill that place up just from Union County alone.
Cavalier Nation. Tell them your story about refereeing.
I refereed Michael Jordan in 1984, and I called traveling on Michael Jordan. Have y'all heard of Michael Jordan? So I had the courage to call traveling on Michael Jordan, and he saw me about 4 years ago and said, yeah, I remember you. You weren't worth a darn. And I said, that's because I called traveling on you. He said, I never travel. I said, you travel all the time. He said, I never travel. I said, you travel according to Naismith's rules. And he went, Naismith's a Canadian. So he debated, but we're still debating about that. So that's my referee story. Thank you very much. Appreciate it very much. Senator? Mr. Cuthbertson? Thank you very much, sir. I think I got one for the superintendent and for the principal.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here. I'm sorry I was a few minutes late. I said, you know, we got time to pull into McDonald's right down the street. It was the longest line I've ever seen at McDonald's. Is it always a long line at that McDonald's? But I really appreciate it, and it's great to see so many old friends from Union County. This is a special place for me, and we'll be back often. Thank you, and may God bless each one of you. And study hard.